All right, hello everybody. I am here to walk you through how to get yourself recorded. So you can pick any software you want as long as you confirm it with me and get my approval, but I recommend OBS. So I've given you an OBS download link. Go and click that and click download installer for whatever device platform you're using. I did it for Windows, so I've already downloaded it. I'll open up the installer now and I'll just get you all there from square one. All right, so here it is. I'm just going to click next until it finishes installing. If you're on a Mac, it should be very similar, but hopefully that doesn't take too long. And then we can come back to our modules page because once we get it all set up, I want to walk through the sample test as well. So it's trying so hard. It's getting there. So we'll just wait for that. Feel free to fast forward since you're watching this in video form. You have that ability. But what we're going to do is I'll walk you through the sample test and then also the video submission as well, because that's just going to be a practice for the real deal. All right, so it's installed. I'll open up OBS and we will configure it for the first time. There it goes. All right, so I messed up and I kept my computer in Spanish when I shouldn't have. So what it's asking right now, I'm going to change it to English in just a second, but I think I'll never get this back. What you want to do is you want to say optimize for recording. I am not going to stream. All right. Whatever that says in English, it says optimize for recording. You do not want to optimize for streaming. You want to optimize for recording. And then you click next. All right. And then it's going to ask you what resolution do you want to use? And you should choose one that is no more than 1920 by 1080. Okay, no more than that. That happens to be my current display resolution. You want to make sure it's no bigger than that because otherwise your video gets large. All right, so if you have a huge screen right now and you see something even bigger than 1920 by 1080, you probably want to scale it down. Go to one of the other options. All right, but I'm going to use my current option there. And we want to use as small of frames per second as possible. FPS stands for frames per second. I want to click 30 and like that's the smallest one that I have an option for. So I think you should click 32. Okay. Don't go any smaller than that, but 30 is a good value. All right. So 1920 by 1080 or smaller, and then 30 frames per second. All right. And then click next. It'll be in English for you. And then you click apply. Okay. So sorry about that. I like to keep my computer in Spanish for fun. I'm going to change OBS's language right now to English here. Wee. There it goes. Apply. And I think I have to restart it. Yeah. So yeah, it was going to ask you things in English most likely, but all those things that I said is what you're going to configure. All right, so here's the OBS window. It's very cool. It lets you stream or record yourself. And so we're going to get practice recording ourselves. So hopefully you can see the options here. What we want to do is add some sources down here in the bottom left-ish area. You can see that I've already got my microphone enabled. You're going to want to make sure that that is possible and that's enabled for you as well. Do you see how I'm talking? Let me stop talking for a second. And then I'll talk some more. See how it's going up and down. It's getting my microphone audio. So make sure you're getting that. You might have to go to like properties or something. If it's not working for you, you might have to change the device. All right. But my default device is working perfectly for me. So just make sure you can see it going up and down when you get close to your computer so that you can see that your microphone is working. All right. Then we want to add our own, we want to add the screen because we'd like to record our screen. And so I'll click the plus button here on sources plus, and I will go to, let's see, not window capture, but display capture. All right, that's very important. Display capture is what you want. And we're going to create a new one with the default name is fine. Click OK. And automatic is fine. The display that we want is our one and only monitor that you should be plugged in right now. All right, I'm not going to let you take the test with multiple monitors. So you should only have one option right now. And yeah, keep the capture cursor. That's all perfect. And you'll hit OK. Okay, perfect. So now you can see that you got like an infinite zoom right now because it's recording our entire screen. You can even see the time changing if you look carefully. Okay, so that's what I want. And so it's got my screen now. Whenever I click record, this start recording button will record my screen. And then it will also, I'm going to want to have it record my webcam video. So here, I'm going to click plus again in the sources box. And I'm going to say, please record my video capture device. That's your webcam, right? So I'll hit that and create new is right. The default value is fine. Click OK, and then we want to find our webcam. All right, so you can see me, I'm a little blurry, or I'm just not very filled in right now. I guess it's a little dark in my room, sorry. But click and find your webcam right now. Hopefully it just picked it perfectly and it got it working. Yell at me if it's not working. I can help you get it working before the real test. But everything else, just keep all the defaults, I think. As long as you can see yourself and you can move and wave and like everything's happy, it should be fine. And then you'll click OK to add that to what you're going to be capturing. And so you see you've got your screen shared as well as your face in the corner. And you can move this face anywhere. Just put it in any corner. All right. Just make sure it's in some corner. I'll put mine in the bottom right. All right. And I think I'll make it even a little bit smaller. Okay. As long as you can still see yourself and it's like not super tiny. Don't make it super tiny because I still want to see you and make sure like you're going to show me some things like your scratch paper and your cheat sheet. As long as it's big enough to see those things in the recording, I'm happy. Okay. So I'll keep it about this size. Um, but yeah, it's stuck in the corner now. You can have it snap to any of those corners. Pick whichever one you'd like. And now the name of the game is you click the start recording button when you're ready to record, and then that will turn into a stop recording button once it's recording and you're finished. All right, you'll just click stop after you've clicked start and the test is over. All right, but that should be everything. You see that I've got my microphone audio going up and down as I'm talking. So that's how I know it's getting my audio stream. You can see whenever you like move windows, everything changes. You got the infinite zoom effect, so you can see that your entire screen is being shared. And yeah, everything else should be fine. Actually, I'm gonna put my video over here because I think I want to always see your time. I think the time should always be visible. And so please don't put your video over the time. I think that's important. All right. So I did that accidentally, but make sure that you're somewhere other than the time. Okay. So you got your video and your display. All right. So it's all there. And so we're ready to click start recording when we take the test. And so now let me go to the sample test. Okay. So you're going to see most of those things that we just talked about in the sample test. It looks a bit different for me as an instructor, but you'll see on this page, there'll be a start button at the bottom, and then you will see all of these instructions. All right. So this is just to practice. So I encourage you to do this yourself. All right. It's a good way to practice. And then you'll practice recording yourself as well while you're taking the test. And you can practice submitting your video as well. All right. So it's all going to be there available for you. And yeah, so this is what it should look like on the real test day as well. So this is all what you're going to see. Okay. So yeah, don't start the test until you followed all the directions below. So here's the instructions for if you're taking the test at home or outside the class. And here's the instructions for taking the test in the classroom with me. I'm going to go over the at home or outside the classroom instructions because the inside the classroom instructions are pretty much exactly the same, it's just less work. All right, so I believe that you could follow these yourself. All right, but do practice, whichever way you're going to do it. Practice makes perfect. So yeah, here's the steps, and let's pretend that I'm going to follow them. All right, so you want to clear everything off your desk that you're not using for the exam or move somewhere that's already clear, like a kitchen table. And then you're going to make sure that you have at least 5 GB of free space. It won't be that much when you actually record the thing, but just to be safe, at least 5 gigs of free space on wherever you're recording to. If you have multiple drives, you can configure that in your recording software, but just make sure you know that you have space because you don't want it to run out during the test. And then you want to close all the programs except for your web browser. I'm going to have you open up OBS again. So I guess you could have left it open, but just here I am following all the instructions, okay? So close all the programs except for your web browser and close all the tabs except for this page. So I'll close that one. So there we go. And yeah, we're ready. So we're going to open our recording software, and I recommend OBS. So I'll go and open that up. And it's already got all of my saved stuff. So just make sure that you can see the time, whichever corner that the time is in. Don't put your video in that corner, please. And then you can see that, yeah, I can still wave. It's still getting all of my screen, and you can see that the microphone is enabled. That's what all these steps are saying, essentially. Confirm that you're capturing your whole screen, not just the browser window. Confirm that your microphone audio is enabled. Confirm that your video is enabled and is placed in the corner. I might add something right here to the instructions to say, and is not hiding the time. So I'll add that to additional rules, I guess. And yeah, then we're going to want to turn off any backgrounds or effects. That should be default in OBS. If you're using another program, just make sure you're not blurring your background or anything like that. I just want to make sure that like I can see if there's somebody behind you secretly whispering answers to you or something, or using sign language. So just make sure that everything's clear. And yeah, then you're ready to start recording yourself. So then we're going to follow all these instructions together. But the very first thing you do is you're going to click the start recording button, and then it will begin the recording. All right, and so you see the recording button go, and it's counting up. That's how you know it's working. And this is the video feed. Everything that you see right here is what it's currently recording. All right, so you can switch back to your browser and follow the rest of the rules. So the first thing you'll do is say your name and your student ID number out loud just to prove that your microphone's working. So like, hello, my name is Lawton Nichols, and my student ID is 1234567. And then it's your job to show me using your webcam the following things. So I want to see that your cheat sheet is handwritten on both sides of it, and then you're going to show me all of your scratch paper as well and make sure that it's blank. If you need to, you can make your recording software big. It's still recording, so that you can see yourself in the corner there. So like here I am. Here's my scratch paper, or no, sorry, not my scratch paper. Like here's my sample cheat sheet. So there's one side, there's the other. Just make sure it's all clear and I can see every piece of it in the video feed. All right, so that's my, just say that, okay, that's my cheat sheet. And then here's some scratch paper, just proving that it's blank. All right, just making sure we're all on an even playing field. All right, so just like center it in your video. You might have to make the window big so you can see yourself better. All right, so you'll do that. And then also uh, go and tell me, show me, maybe if you have a laptop, pick it up so that you can point it at your desk. Show me that your desk has nothing on it except for your cheat sheet, your scratch paper, and then like stuff to write with, stuff to power your laptop, just the stuff that you need to take the test. Water bottle's fine too. Nothing other than the stuff you're using to take the test. All right. No calculators. If you have multiple monitors, you have to unplug all but one. All right. So just keep that in mind. If you have a desktop computer, you don't have to like lift up your monitor or anything to show me all this. Instead, what I want you to do in that case is don't pick up your computer and point it at the desk or anything. That would be way too heavy. Instead, go and take out your phone. Hopefully that's not close to you right now. Go get it quickly and take a picture of your desk via Discord, and just make sure that I can see you taking that picture in the video feed. So like you can bring this open again, be like, all right, here's my phone. I'm taking a picture of my desk, and like, bam, I just sent it to Lawton. Okay, so just so that I can line up the time. Okay, make sure we're all doing it fairly. And yeah, I think that's it. So once you followed all those instructions, it's still recording, right? Still recording. You can click start. You're good to start the test now. Don't stop your recording until after the test has been submitted. Okay? And yeah, once you're done with the test, remember to upload your video file on Canvas to the video submission page. And yeah, once you click start, there's a start button here for you. And once you click start, there will be a timer that starts ticking down. For some reason, Canvas shows you all these instructions all over again, but just remember to start scrolling down to get to the real questions because time is ticking after you click start. Okay, so yeah, I think that's everything. As a uh, as a teacher, I don't get the start button. I get like a preview button, but you'll have the start button. So here's what it's kind of going to look like for you. All right, you'll see the timer ticking down. Just keep that in mind. You'll see all these instructions again, but the test has started. So scroll down to the real questions. Okay, and then you'll just like read the rules. This is a closed book. Blah blah blah. This is what it's going to be like on the real test. Can't reference everything other than your cheat sheet. No internet, no server, no navigating away from this test page. All right. And then, yeah, here are the real questions. These are just sample questions that you can get practice so that you're ready for the real deal, like typing in answers. So what's 2 plus 2? 4. And then here's like a question about how to like write a Hello World program in C++. Probably the easiest way to write code, if you need to, if that's part of the question, is to change it from paragraph to pre-format it, because then it will be monospace font. It won't be pretty still. It won't be like color coded or anything, but at least it will be monospaced. And then you can type your program. I guess you get a little bit of spell checking. That's kind of useful. Int main. The one thing you don't get, unfortunately, is you can't really tab over in the editor, so you'll have to use spaces to just make everything pretty looking. But yeah, that should do it. get some practice with that. And yeah, either you'll finish the test by the time expiring and the page just goes back to the submission page. So either your time expires or you finish early. If you do finish early, there's like a submit button. You can either click that or wait for the time to expire. Whatever happens to you is fine. Um, let's say that I finish the quiz or the test early. I'll click the submit quiz button. All right. And then bam, quiz submitted. Once you've done that, the last piece of the instructions, right, is to uh, upload the video file after you've submitted. You can stop the recording now that we've submitted the test. All right, so I'll go up back to my recording software, and there's a stop recording button where the start recording button used to be. Okay, so I'll click stop recording, and yeah, you can see where it's saving it to. It's saving mine to a default place in my videos folder with like a fancy name that includes the time of when I started recording or something. But yeah, the whole point of this is so that I can like uh, just proctor the test virtually, and I can make sure that when I hear you doing stuff, it's not like you're talking to somebody. I can just like hear you writing or whatever. Okay. So yeah, you can exit out of OBS once you're done, and then the last piece of the puzzle is to go to the video submission link. Uh, we're just pretending that this is the real thing, but like this is just a sample, right? So this is exactly what it's going to look like when you're done with the real test too. So like you're going to go to this page and there will be a like a file submission place right here to go and drag your file into. And so you'll just go find it in your folders. So there's my videos folder, for example, and like here is that file. Here's that video, and you can double click on it and just like you can make sure it has everything that you need in it. All right, does that make sense? Like here's my video, here's the OBS showing itself. Like you can walk through, make sure there's sound and everything, and yeah, you can check yourself that way too. So it's a great way to practice. Definitely practice and ask lots of questions. All right, but like on this page, as a student at least, there'll be an option to submit, and you should just be able to like drag this file to where it needs to go, or eventually somehow find it in your browser and like get it submitted. Okay, so that's it. When you take the test, you'll follow those instructions, and I think that's everything. So the real test is going to look exactly like that. All right, it's just like you'll have real questions to work on. But I hope you can see that it's not too horrible. I know that it is. It's a little unfortunate that I'm forcing you to do all this. I know it's stressful to just take the test in the first place, but sadly, too many people have cheated, and I've got to put my foot down. I'm sorry about that. Can't mess around anymore. But hopefully, you can see that it's not horrible, and it's all going to be okay and work out on the real test. All right. So this is you're going to come back for the real test, whichever one you're taking, and do the exact same process and get the video submitted after you finish taking it. Okay. But I think that's all that I wanted to say. Please ask me all the questions that you have. Practice as much as possible before the test comes out. I am here to help. Okay. And I think that's all that I wanted to record. So good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.